What's up, everyone? Deuces Jack, and I'm back with another review. Today, we're going to be going over the Hellvape Arez. Arez, yeah, I think that's the way you say it. It is a single 21700 mod. You guys know I love my single 21700 mods. Before we get down low, let's pay some of the bills. This video is sponsored by Def Mods. Make sure you check them out for all your custom mod needs. Check it out, man. Looks kind of cool. You can see I got the matte black one, all right? Let's pop this bad boy open. Let's see what we got here. I hate that Hellvape doesn't put cutouts on their boxes. And I always love it when I get my mod wrapped up in a little condom. Okay, so here we go. Let's pop this out, all right? There you go. Slide it down nice and easy. And there we go. There is your Arez. Kind of neat looking, huh? Kind of almost, with this little stripe down the middle, almost double barrel-ish looking. I could definitely do without that Arez branding there so loud. I mean, come on, man. Make that a little lighter. Do something. Don't put white on black. That's just not cool. All right, there's your fire button. Kind of a little bit of a razivity to it, right? A little bit of a bubbleness. Up and down button. Screen. Here's what I love. The bottom of this mod just pisses me off. Number one, I don't like these screw-in caps. This one happens to be a little bit on the crunchy side, and I do not like my charge ports on the bottom of the mod. Gimme a break, man. Just gimme a break with this already. How many times do I got to say this? What? There wasn't enough room here? Instead of putting that little dip there, why didn't you put the port there? I mean, you know, it's just a bad spot. Number one, you can't charge the mod standing up, right? So now you got to take whatever tank you got off, because if you lay it down, it's probably going to wind up leaking, right? Number two, you take a mod like this to like a restaurant or a bar or something, there's always some type of moisture on the bar or the table, right? You're going to blow that port out. Why do companies insist on putting these charge ports on the bottom? It blows my mind. It really does. I just can't stand it. And do I really need to see made in China there? You really think I don't know this is made in China? Let's go to the top side, though. You got 3 screws holding the top plate in place. Not crazy about this other color top plate. I wish they would have kept it black. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they think a stainless steel tank will look nice on it with a silver top. I don't know. It looks like an afterthought. It looks unfinished. Okay, and then you got stainless steel threading here. You got a little bit of a raise right there. You got your stainless steel threading inside. Gold-plated, spring-loaded 510 that I would say has a very stiff spring. This is one of the stiffest 510s I've ever seen with a very short throw to it. So, yeah, definitely different. I've never seen a 510 that stiff before. Okay, but let's go to the bottom again. Let's unscrew this battery cap, and this is why I hate these things. I got to get my fingers in there and unscrew it. Why couldn't they just go with a latch? I don't know. Inside, you get an 18650 battery adapter. You can slide this over your 18650 and run one in here, even though it's machined for a 21700. All right, down the tube, nothing going on down there. I don't see any positive markings down there. All right. On the battery cap itself, you do have a negative marking right there, as well as some venting present. Again, threading on this could be a lot better. It's very, very crunchy. So now when you install your battery, take my Molicel, pop it in like so. Take your battery cap, give it a little reverse thread till you hear it kind of click into place, and then start threading it, okay, until it makes full contact. Once it makes full contact, what I like about this is it lets you choose, right? You can choose 18650, 2700, or 21700. So it takes all 3 cells. Now we have a 21700 in there, so we're going to highlight 21700, hit the fire button, and there's your splash screen Hellvape, okay? Now this does go up all the way up to 120 watts. It does round robin. Okay, it scrolls 1 watt at a time. I like that. Here is your screen. You can see they put Hellvape on the screen. I'm sick of companies doing that. Screen real estate is worth way too much for them to put their advertising on the screen. It's bullshit. I hate when companies do that. It annoys the hell out of me. There is your wattage, your lock and unlock, your W for wattage. There is your resistance, your voltage, your puff counter, and there is your battery meter. The screen is nice and bright. I do like the font. I do like the way it's laid out. Now, in order to change the color of the screen, hit the plus and minus button together. See, the red looks kind of washed out. The blue actually looks good. The green looks good. That white on black one actually looks pretty good. The purple looks a little washed out. And so does the red. But we're going to put it back to the regular white on black. We're just going to keep it simple. All right? Very straightforward menu system. If you want to clear the puffs, hit the minus and fire button together. You see a trash can there. Hit that and it clears it. And the only other feature besides clearing the puffs is the lock or unlock button right there. Hit the, right now you can see it's locked. I'm pressing the button. I can't adjust the wattage. Hit the plus and fire button together. You've seen it unlock, and now you can adjust the wattage. That's it. This is a really simple mod, not a lot of features. That's it. This is a simple mod. Not a lot of features. It's very, very compact for a single 21700. Just to give you an example of how compact it actually is, here is the Drag X Plus. You can see it's actually slimmer width-wise, and it's actually a little shorter as well. And here it is next to my Def Mod single 21700 custom. All right, you can see, man, it's pretty much on the slim side. I mean, look at it like that, right? And then you can see how much it's a little bit shorter than the Drag X, and probably a little bit slimmer going across, not by much, but a little bit. So if you dug this form factor, you'll probably like this. It is a little wider going this way, but it's definitely shorter, and it has a really nice compact feel to it. It really does. So here's one last look at it with my Mongrel Subway Edition on it. Let's go over those cons and pros. We got a lot to go over on this one. First con's going to be Hellvape. What are you doing, man? Type-C charging port on the bottom? Are you kidding me, man? You had all this real estate. You had to put that little bump down there? You couldn't cut a port there? You think that bump is doing a lot? I don't get it, man. I hate when they put charging ports on the bottom, especially on single-cell mods, because while I always recommend that you charge your batteries externally, I don't mind charging a single-cell mod through the charging port, especially if I'm in a pinch. And the fact that this thing is on the bottom means I'm never going to use it, because it's just annoying for me to lay down my mod to charge it. Not a con to me, but it's going to be a con to some people. It's a very simple mod, no TC, wattage only. Another con is that battery cap. When you chain vape this thing at like over 75 watts, 65, 75, 80 watts, that battery cap gets hot. You can actually feel it on your finger. It gets hot and it gets uncomfortable. It's a con. Back to the charge port. My charge port actually doesn't work. When I plug it in, it does nothing. They only sent me one, which I kind of hate. I tell every vape company, make sure you send me 2 products, just in case something like that happens. I can see if it's a one-off thing or if it's a problem across the line. Since I only got one and I can only review what they put in front of me, mine doesn't work. Huge con. I absolutely hate that they made that top plate silver, gray, whatever you want to call it. Why don't you just go dark night? It looks ridiculous. Con. It's happened to me a few times already. The device has shut down because it's overheated. Again, another huge con. You guys know I'm kind of a single 21700 aficionado. I like single 21700 mods. I've never had another single 21700 mod do that. This thing sometimes won't fire because it says it's overheating. It's a con. And again, I don't know if I just got a bad one or if it's a problem across the line because they only sent one. So that's it on the cons. Definitely some stuff to be weary about. Let's get on to the pros because it does have some pros. First pro is going to be it's got that smart chipset. You put the battery in and it asks you, is it a 21700, 2700, 18650, and you got to manually choose. I like that you can distinguish between the 3 different cells and you get more wattage depending on which cell you're using. I like that. It's a pro. It's compact. It's nice and small. You saw it in the down low. I compared it to some other 21700s. It's nice, short, stubby, and compact. I like that. It does fire fast. It's easy to use because it's got an easy menu system. Pro. It's got that unibody design, right? It's basically cut out of one piece. I like that. Pro. It's got a great fire button. The fire button on this thing, I like the bulbousness of it. I like the way it feels. It's easy to find with your thumb. It's nice and clicky. There's no mush to it. They did a really nice job on the fire button on this one. It will hold 26mm atomizers without any overhang. That's a pro. It's got a nice display. It's well laid out. You can change the color. It's vibrant. I like what they did with that. Pro. It does feel well built. It feels like a solid piece. That's a pro. And, you know, if they would have put that cut all the way through, it almost looks like a single cell Squid Industries double barrel. And that's probably why I like it. It's probably why I like the form factor, because it kind of gives me that feel in the hand. And it's a compliment, Hellvape. That's a pro. So that's it on my cons and pros. Definitely some stuff to be concerned about. Let's get into that 5-star rating system. First category is going to be the looks. And while I love the way this thing feels in my hand, they kind of killed it looks-wise with that different colored top plate. I don't like that, man. I wish they would have just made it all one color. It really kills it for me. Because even when you put a black atomizer on there, it stands out like a sore thumb. And if I put a stainless steel atomizer on there, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb against the body of the mod. I just don't know why they did that. If you can look past the different color plate, it's definitely a sexy looking mod if you can look past that part. So in the looks category, I'm going to give it a 3.25, a little bit above average, 0.75 above average. I think I'm being fair. As far as form factor goes, I like that unibody design. I said it already, I love the way it feels in the hand. I love the fire button, the way they did it. It's just got a really nice shape to it that's very comfortable to hold. In the form factor category, I'm going to give it 4.25 stars, and it deserves it. Now, as far as performance goes, while this thing does fire fast, and when it does work, it works well, I've had it overheat a couple of times, and I've had the battery cap get hot on me, like noticeably hot. Those are issues that have to be taken care of if it's an issue across the line. Again, I can't say it is because I only got one, but that's what my one does. So in the performance category, I got to ding it. I got to ding it big time. I'm going to put it below average at 2 stars. And I still think I'm being nice. I could have easily justified a 1-star rating on this. Now, as far as value goes, you got to make sure you shop around on this one. Because I've been seeing it anywhere from $42 to almost $80. That's like a 50% price disparity. So make sure you shop around. Is it worth it at $42 if it has the performance issues? I don't know, man. I don't know if it has that across the line. If you get one for $40 and it doesn't have the performance issue I have, I guess it's a decent value. Because of the performance issue, it's hard for me to put a value on this, so I'm just going to be fair and I'm going to give it 3 stars, and I think I'm being generous on that. We're going to take all these stars, we're going to add them up. We're going to come up with a total star count of 12.5, and let's dive into that a little bit. If it wasn't for the performance issues, this thing would have scored pretty high. It hit all the marks, but it dropped the ball in the performance category. So now we're going to take all these stars, we're going to divide them by 4, and we're going to come up with an average star count of 3.125. It's hard for me to recommend this one only because of the performance issues. If it's just a one-off problem and I'm the only one that has this performance issue with it, go check out other reviews. If they're not having this issue, then definitely go check it out if you like this type of form factor and this type of mod. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have loved to have recommended this mod. Let's get into some of the specs on the Hellvape Arez. It measures in at 26 by 43 by 83 millimeters. It weighs in at 100 grams. It has 120 watt maximum output, and it features a color display. It is available in green, black, and gunmetal. Don't forget, insiders, head on over to our Facebook group, Vaping Insider Community. Yes, I am no longer at the Vaping Insider YouTube channel, but I still run the community. We're over 16,000 strong. All we do is talk about vapes there. It's a great place to hang out and talk about vaping. I'd love to see you there. I'm there all the time. Don't forget to check out Def Mods for all your custom mod needs. Also, head on over to Johnny's Juice and check them out as well. It's my favorite line of juice. We have a Teespring store with new mongrel designs. Please go over there and check that out as well. I'd appreciate your support. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. You keep living that vape life. We're out of here. Deuces.